Ironman triathlon is a three-part race consisting of a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike, and a 26.2-mile run. My name is Jarrett Quinn, and in 2015 I competed in the Ironman World Championships.
For me, the Ironman triathlon was an event that I watched on TV as a kid, and I was amazed at the spirit and the endurance of the athletes competing. It's something that I watched every year, and it was an emotional sport to watch. What these athletes go through in their training to achieve their goal of completing an Ironman was amazing to me, and their backstories involved, and their hardships through life, and then having to train for the Ironman was amazing. And the feeling you got watching them finish was just emotional for me, and I was drawn to it. I can't say why I was drawn to it, but it's just something that it moved me as a person, as a human being. It moved me to see these people endure that, all that distance and the hardship and the training, and then to live their dream and cross that finish line and be told that you are an Ironman was an amazing feeling. So I ended up deciding that I was going to do triathlons, and I started looking into it. I started reading books on training. I got some training schedules, and I did this all on my own, just like I did running. I started running on my own and followed training schedules from books on my own, and so I figured I could do the triathlons on my own. So me, not thinking small, not trying to do a short sprint triathlon or a local triathlon. No, I ended up entering a half Ironman, which, funny as it may seem, was in Florida at Walt Disney World, where I did my first marathon. But all of a sudden, my son Jarrett, he got the bug, and he said that he wanted to try to do a triathlon with me. So we decided to enter the New Jersey State Triathlon, and from there he excelled. He ended up getting involved in more and more sprint triathlons with me, and he ended up entering the lottery for the Ironman Championship.
So to get into the Ironman World Championships, there was only two main ways at the time to get into the race, because there was only a certain amount of spots, and it was the most coveted race in the Ironman or in the triathlon community. The two main ways was you either qualified at a Ironman event somewhere around the world, or you were one of the lucky 200 people to get a lottery spot.
And I told him, good luck. I entered it for years and years and never had a chance to get in. Never won the lottery, and there was no way I could qualify. I wasn't fast enough. But sure enough, Jarrett entered the lottery.
Well, fast forward a few months, and I'm on spring break in Florida, taking some much needed time off away from college, and I get an email. And the banner of that email, when I open it, says, "Congratulations. You have been selected as a lottery winner for to compete in the 2015 Ironman World Championships."
I was speechless. I had entered all those years, year after year, nothing. Jarrett entered his first time, and he wins a slot in the Kona Ironman.
In the back of my mind, while doing these sprint and Olympic distance triathlons, I knew I always wanted to eventually do the full distance, a full Ironman distance. I'd want my dad to be there. I want to do it with my dad.
I think Jarrett would have loved to do the Ironman with me. I wish that we could have did it together, but along the way, during all these races that Jarrett and I were doing, and the running and the training, I ended up having, started feeling some tingling in my legs and was tripping over my feet. And I just attributed it to, I guess, overtraining, maybe dehydration, since, you know, it was hot a lot of the times that I was training. Never paid much attention to it until I ended up waking up one day and couldn't feel my legs. So off we went to the doctor, and 4 years from that point, they finally ended up figuring out what I had, and I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, MS. And that kind of cut my triathlon career a little short. Didn't have the strength or the endurance to handle the swim or the run or the bike.
So what I really wanted to do was show him and kind of show him what I could do, and kind of just, you know, take his mind away from the uncertainties, the hardships he was going through, and just almost kind of let him live vicariously through me in the race. Even though he couldn't do it, he could still be there and feel what I feel, so to speak, and see everything that I saw. Because it was his ultimate goal. His ultimate goal was to get to Kona.
So Jarrett doing that Ironman with me having MS was basically him living my dream, and me living my dream through him. And it was great to have him do that at the time. And so we ended up making the arrangements. We had lots of extended family travel with us. My sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, her kids, my entire family, of course, wife and kids. And off to Kona we went, and it was an amazing trip. Not only did we get to sightsee in Hawaii and see the beautiful islands, but we got to watch Jarrett compete in the Kona Ironman. And come race day, we were up at 2 in the morning. Went down to the town of Kona and got our spot on the seawall so that we could see firsthand the start of the swim. Thousands and thousands of people, along with all the competitors, were there. The weather was beautiful. The Hawaiian people, to them, this is a traditional event that they take great pride in hosting, and they did a wonderful job. It was so moving to start. Just sitting on the wall, seeing the spectacle of the race and all the people there, and how the Hawaiian people treated everyone. It was true aloha. The meaning of aloha is family and love, and it was truly, truly, the entire surroundings felt that way. And it brought me to tears to think that my son was going to compete in the Kona Hawaii Ironman. It was just an overwhelming emotional feeling for me.
So I stood on the side of the water waiting to go out, because they start us in the water of the Pacific Ocean. And I stood there just waiting, watching the pro men and women go. These little groups go off into the 2.4 mile course, which is just 1.2 miles out and then back into the Pacific Ocean. And then everyone else starts going in.
The start was amazing. The cannon went off and all the swimmers went out into the clear blue water, and we were there the entire day. We spent the entire day there to the evening watching the race, cheering every competitor that came by us. We got to see Jarrett start to swim, come out of the water. We got to see him on the bike several times. And then we got to see him on his run several times.
Let's go, Jarrett! Jarrett!
2005.
And if you speak to Jarrett, it was probably the most brutal race he's ever done. Not only was it physically painful and a challenge, but he also got a really bad sunburn. But he did it. I got to hear his name. I got to hear them say, Jarrett Quinn, you are an Ironman. Something I wanted to hear, for myself, but never got the chance. It was truly amazing.
Here come three of them. Jarrett Quinn, Venice, Florida, 20 years old. All right, Jarrett, you're an Ironman.